Similarly, of course, going the Ignite on the Ogre Magi. Able to get that D-ward off, so nice little bit of gold injection coming into him, as well as an earlier than the other heroes level 2. It's going to be real nice.
And you do see Daya, they've already blocked that hard camp as well. So important against the ET. They got to be careful if Radiant do end up getting that open and free to use here for the Zawrain Elder Titan.
Skilla is actually going to go block the small camp, so yeah, good to be able to prevent all of these pulls, but ET's like, hey, where's my newts?
Where's my creeps? So maybe we even see him kind of stacking the hard camp, maybe even just once down by their triangle, because that wouldn't be too bad, especially for the puck to be able to fall back and farm and then, you know, rotate to the top side.
They do end up dewarding it eventually, but the damage is done. I suppose by the time he hits level 3 and gets that really big damage spike, it's going to be a bit of a difference maker, but Skilla, him and you are just brawling. You've now got the Orb of Venom that he was able to get delivered out to him after getting that Observer Ward kill. So that's going to be really helpful for all of this brawling that's going to be going on. I think that, yeah, they just really need to understand their timings here on Army Genius's side. You just need to wait until this Astral Titan buff expires. As soon as that happens, they're going to start to play a lot more aggressive on Army Geniuses. Level 2 now on you as well.
So is this where you...
Right now.
See. Ooh.
A little passive for mine. I feel like it's just going to become so difficult once this ET hits level 3. Probably just going to put the 1 point into the natural order at level 4 as well. Just going to make things even more difficult. And now that you've got that Astral Titan buff, you're chunking down this Ogre. Decent movement from him, but I think part of that was just Yangon not perfectly executing their movement.
Yeah, you see, just whenever they have this extra damage advantage coming through from the ability, it's going to make it so awkward for how they can position right now. And whenever they don't have the Astral, I wonder if they're waiting maybe for an extra point in Blade Fury and then to go on Zawrain. So we'll see if that's going to be the case. I mean, it's pretty close. His range creep should be enough, but ET's going to have that Astral back up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so close, but he needs 8 more experience, unfortunately.
A little early on the pull there, coming from Skilla, so it's not actually going to stack this camp.
No, you don't.
You was in position anyway to body block it, but could have been a difference maker there. Just one more creep should be enough to hit him onto his level 3. Anything happening on this bot side? Not really. Just pretty standard gameplay. Doing real nice, by the way, as Mamang Daya. Got a 6 last hit lead.
Yeah, this is kind of how I was expecting at least it to go with the Mag. Massive damage advantage. Puck is, you know, it's still a strong hero right now, but for a while we saw the base damage get nerfed pretty heavily, and especially when you're going up against Mag. I mean, it's got 3.5 strength gain. Melee hero always going to build into that Quelling Blade and naturally with Empower. So yeah, you've got a very big damage advantage, and that's what we're seeing right now with 9 denies as well. So, you know, Puck, as long as if he doesn't end up falling and hopefully gets lucky with some power runes, but top lane, seeing the aggression come through with the tag team. Zawrain got that extra point up in the Astral. It's chunking down you. He's got to be careful there. Able to find first blood. DB, he's also getting creeped through, but Zawrain ends up losing out of the Astral. He's still got the movement speed thanks to the brown boots. DB's trying to chase him down. Can he find the vision? Has to sidestep the Echo Stomp, but unfortunately he's not able to do so. But regardless, Zawrain, oh, who's got the movement speed? Just the ET, 5 extra.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that it took until 4 minutes for us to see our first spin come through on DB. Like, yeah, he's got level 4 now, but I mean, again, you waited for ET to reach level 3. You gave up the first blood. When you've got an Ogre Magi in the lane who's got an Orb of Venom, who's got Ignite, I feel like they could have gone for a kill much sooner.
Tonight.
Yeah, definitely where they could have utilized the Astral being on cooldown. And well, now we do have to see ET running back all the way to base to try and get a refill up in the health pool. Juggernaut, he hasn't skilled up the healing ward just yet. If he does so, he doesn't have a mango or anything for the mana pool, but we're going to see a brawl around the bounties though. A lot coming out from Radiant, to say the least.
A lot of movement speed coming through with the Astral buff now, especially now that the Ignite's worn off.
Chunk.
Give him the briefcase.
Jesus.
Radiant's middle tower.
It's not even a briefcase. What is he holding?
Stupid.
It's like a...
I do remember him, but of course, didn't see too much
Back in the womb.
Back in the womb. Back in the The days of seeing Marvin the Martian. The good old days of just watching kids shows. There's some good ones. Man, you get so addicted to them. All classics. ABC. Oof.
You a fan of Blinky Bill? Did you ever see that on ABC?
What the hell is Blinky Bill?
Oh my god.
I mean, it's probably like, I don't remember the name.
There's a Tusk rolling in.
Escape the combo. It's like, I probably, like, if I saw it visually, I'd be like, oh yes, I know what you mean. But like, just the name? Not off the top.
Every Australian kid should know what Blinky Bill is.
The Adventures of Blinky Bill?
Yes.
Oh, of course, yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, I see it visual,
Okay.
and now...
Oh, the Adventures. Oh, I see. That changes things entirely.
No, I looked it up. It's the... He's, the image, I mainly recognize him from the chocolates.
Regeneration.
Is he on chocolates?
Yeah, I
Is that
swear
just
he's...
Caramello Koala.
Maybe that's Caramel.
Are you confusing them? I hate you. I hate you.
No, alright, honestly, he looks pretty familiar. It's 1993. Man, that's 7 years before the birth. That's even before the womb.
Ugh. I'm sure it was still playing when you were, you know, young-ish. What did you watch growing up? Were you like, was Bluey out when you were a kid?
No, I don't know what the hell Bluey was.
Okay, that's even more Zoomer. I don't know what goes beyond Zoomer than Bluey, but apparently it's a very good show.
Apparently? I'm trying to think now. Man, what shows? Whatever was rolling on the TV. Man, there was some good ones.
Dora the Explorer?
Oh, man, love me some Dora the Explorer. Who doesn't? No, that was some, 4 years old, maybe get into some Dora. Yeah,
I just had
Ben
Saturday
10's
morning
kind of
cartoons
popping.
with Ben 10, that's probably the biggest Zoomer cartoon of all.
Who doesn't like Ben 10? That's
I mean,
that's a
that
great
was
one.
after my time. I was just Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, Beyblade, all this sort of stuff. Blinky Bill.
Blinky Bill. Blinky Bill. Oh, we haven't had too much action. Just the farm fest that's actually going to be when you're in a mag lineup. But they will drop the RP. So Tusk just making some aggressive rotations. I don't know if he was trying to ward. Has he got one? No, he doesn't. So skill A. No, he will still end up falling.
You must have mistaken my purpose.
Yeah, I haven't seen, honestly, I wonder when Hore's going to start making some movements across the map as well. It does get an invis, so potentially if he shoves out this next wave, might then think about being free to make a rotation to top or bot.
And this is the thing as well, like you're always going to be able to get a lot of harassment damage out onto this Beastmaster as the PL, right? You've got the Phantom Rush, you've got that extra 44 agility as soon as you hit that level 7.
Mag in trouble is pretty beefy though. Treads, brace off, Fairy Fire as well, but Hor is able to bring him down with the help of the Tusk. The damage is enough. Top side, we got an onslaught coming out as well. Zawrain trying to man fight, almost finds a kill on you, but the crit from DB is going to secure that one. So kills across the map.
I'd be a little worried on Army Genius's side though with how much young PH is getting out of this lane. I mean, you just compare his net worth to the Juggernauts, he's nearly 1,000 gold ahead. It's an early-ish Diffusal Blade. You're not going to be worrying too much about those BKBs. They're going to find Lun, although, just is able to get off the Fairy Fire. The tower though!
That Tranks, it didn't pop him fast enough. Yeah, unlucky. I was worried that he popped that roar and I'm like, you might not get that kill and then that's going to be a little rough with your necro timing. But, like, I don't know, we're seeing he rushed the necros, but who groups up with him? Like, Mag still wants to farm. Jug, I guess, you pop Omni Slash now, so you don't really have this big ultimate where you want to infiltrate into the enemy safely, and even though you're probably stronger early on versus a Phantom Lancer. So it just feels like, yes, you pick up the Necro Book super early for woMy, but he's just using it to farm.
And DB here, he's gone into the Manta style first. I really don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's important to be able to get out of the silence coming through from the puck, but how are you actually going to kill the PL? I'm not sure if the Empower is going to be enough.
Main Daya might have to drop the RP here for skill A, although he does have the boards, which is level 4 with a couple of right clicks. That's enough. Yeah, I guess, well, the big issue is the Manta. It seems like his only worry is the puck silence, because if you you're gonna get brought down through silence. Like, that's the one thing. If you don't have that control through him, he just popped the blade through and he's fine. So it looks like he's going more of a defensive route, but
Daya's middle tower
does he
is
go
under
back
attack.
into like a Maelstrom afterwards?
Might be a little late, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
that's...
mean, the benefit of the Maelstrom first is that it also is a farming item. You know, you can go to the jungle and still have an okay time. It's also, you know, very early pickup. You can look to assist with taking these towers. You know, we've got a bit of an attempt on this bottom side, but young PH is not scared at all. He's like, look, you've got a couple of boars, and now we're trying to deal with his siege creep a little bit, but he's just getting gone on. Like, this is a 1v2.
Phoenix will fall.
Oh, they found the real one.
Somehow, there's absolutely no way. Brawls across. Man, I was watching top because they were diving, but they still got the kill on young PH there. Nicely done.
Really nice by woMy. They picked out the right one with the primal roar. There was about 5 illusions present.
Daya's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
That's a big tower to be able to find as well. DB getting involved there. Continuing to farm. PL does have the diffusal, so he's still very farm right now from young PH, but that death
Daya's
is going to
top
cost
tower
him.
has fallen.
Towers across the map now. At least Army Geniuses get that early tower, which they were really wanting with the Beastmaster rushing the Necros, and it's going to open up the map here for DB. So we'll see how their farm's able to continue on.
Radiant's
What's
bottom
the...
tower is under
Is it
attack.
still just a game of kind of
Radiant
little
structures
skirmishes
are
across the map
fortified.
right now?
I think so. I mean, you can see as soon as they
Daya's
take out
middle
that
tower
tower,
is
it's
under
just this
attack.
roaming army with... it feels like Ember Spirit's just a part of Beastmaster... sorry, Earth Spirit's a part of Beastmaster's army right now. Anyone that they find is just an easy pickup.
Radiant, they're bringing the numbers mid though. They still got Coil. Veil also picked up, so the damage right now from Radiant, highly magical as well. Snowball in. They're going to be able to catch out woMy, man. Half his HP just evaporates. Now with the Supernova getting dropped from the river. Where's the control coming out? Magnetize doing a decent amount to be able to deal with the Tusk. Beastmaster's going to end up trading his life as well. Thanks to the core getting dropped from Horde, but it's a 1-for-1. Looks like they're still coming over you. If you can get a Fire Blast stun to be able to set up for maybe an extra follow-up in the mag, but he's just farming away. So, see a couple kills. It's about all. Did they drop the RP? Silenced. Split off Zawrain. Not long enough for the Echo Stomp, however.
Doesn't matter, they've got
Man,
the
this
healing
is
wood anyway.
Daya's top tower is under
Wonky
attack.
stuff.
Wonky is probably the way I would put it, you know. It doesn't feel like either team is taking a decisive hold over this game just yet. And, well, yeah, the Echo Saber is going to make things a little easier for Mamang Daya. You know, you can see he's sitting at a level 12 right now, top of the experience board. It's always just going to happen, being able to share a lot of the map around with your supports. So, even them, they're having a pretty decent time. Yu's getting dived underneath the tower here, though.
He's got some backup though, but the Omni Slash getting dropped. Skill is going to take the full brunt of the falls thanks to the slashes. Once again, another 1-for-1, and Horde just scurries away with the lack of control really showing right now.
He's got up.
Main guy's still chasing. Meanwhile, Lon, he's in trouble as well. Gets a dive away to the low ground. He's going to be able to keep his life. Horde, can they get the RP? Mamang Daya. Ooh.
He could have, I think. I think that would have gone off.
That's frame. That's like, whew, do you go for it? Do you not? It's in his head there. It's like, if I miss it,
But what's the
everyone's gonna
point
see.
in cancelling it, you know? Like, what if you're not going to go for it, don't go for it, you know? Just
I'm just trying to rip into you, brother. You're performing well. Don't worry. 2-1-1. Looking good. Still there. Behind in the net worth at the moment. Radiant 2,000 net worth lead advantage so far. And this is... Man, PL's getting very farmed. And this is going to be a worry.
How do you deal with it?
Are scanning.
Like, Beastmaster don't deal with
They're
it.
going to try now.
They found
They're
the real
taking an
one.
immense amount of damage, but the raw magnetized Lim and woMy. That's how you deal with it right now. Still, as the game goes on, it's going to be a bit difficult, but they're coming over. Man, they want some revenge. For who's going to drop the coil on? Just the Beastmaster. Lim dodges out on the double coil. Still, they're going to be able to continue on with the fight. Chucked up into the air, down to his death is the Beastmaster. Lim as well, chunked down, man. Zawrain plus 256 damage. Shockwaves gives him some space. They even dropped the Supernova as well. Mamang Daya. He committed him with that skewer. He's at least going to get out of range here. The Echo Stomp a little bit too late. Tries to dodge it with Illusion. A nice attempt there. But they've got to be careful because they don't have vision of the high gun and the reinforcements are coming through. The cavalry has finally arrived as you find the puck, but the follow-up isn't there from Lim. Still just 3 heroes right now as a Juggernaut freely farming down bot.
I think that's the biggest thing. Jug is being like, good job, guys. You're doing great, sweetie. And he's just sitting down there waiting for his Omni Slash to come back off cooldown. And I think he's pretty damn close to picking up that Manta Style. Yeah, just with this small camp, he's going to be able to do it. So pre-16-minute Manta Style, yes, it doesn't really have a lead-up with anything, but you're going to be pretty happy with how that's all ended up. A little surprised he doesn't have a neutral item, though.
I'll take that as tribute.
What's he got available for him?
I mean, if he's going to be farming this heavily, I feel like the Fated Brooch is really important. Mid lane, they found Ogre again.
Wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing the Jug showing up, especially with that Manta. It's the defensive factor that he's needing against the Puck. So once to start getting involved, he's got level 12 now, so the extra point in the Omni Slash. They do lose the tower mid, unfortunately, though, so not being able to bring the numbers there to defend that.
I mean, when you've got this Beastmaster draft and you've only taken 1 tower at the 16.5 minute mark, it is a big worry. You know, they've gone Necro 3 with brown boots, so it's clear that that's the strategy that you've got. I mean, he's been on point with being able to find young PH. I mean, he's found the right PL twice now. So, what else are you doing?
They're gonna smoke up. Daya. Or do they want to try and move this one too? The blink completed from Mamang Daya, so they're getting a couple of items. I don't think they can rush yet. They definitely have a lineup that can do it pretty early, but
yeah, it's
17 minutes
off,
in.
Then rush. That's the plan. I don't know what woMy's doing all the way back here though.
Yeah, this looks like
Courier has been killed.
Like,
they're just not on the same page right now.
He's your team fight starter. I mean, they're eventually going to pick out Roche, but they've already used the ice shards into the pit.
They're forcing it. I mean, Blink's not completed. You got to be careful. Taking a fight inside Roche with Yangon's lineup is super scary.
Yeah.
Mamang Daya, blink in, drag back, Zawrain, RP. Doesn't want to drop it just yet. Now with the Supernova, Horde's going to blink in as well. The rest of Daya commit forward to try and deal with the Supernova. They're going to be able to do so successfully, but it needs to buy back from the outside. He wants to try and rejoin the fight. But DB, he's in trouble. Dropping the Omni Slash to look at the damage come through. Getting tanked up thanks to the illusions, but still they found the real Phantom Lancer thanks to the roll. Holding in place, PO down 40 seconds. They're going to try and drop the ultimate for Zawrain. Doesn't really do too much as the rest of Army Genius just tear them apart. Mamang Daya catches the puck on the higher gun. They're going to multicast as well. That's 5 down. Army Geniuses. They take the fight to Yangon by the tier 1 mid, and they come out on top.
Oh, I thought that was a pretty decent Supernova as well, especially after the puck had caught a couple of heroes, but they were just close enough. Jug able to get the spin off and freely hit away onto that. I mean, with the Bloodlust, you're just going to be hitting fast enough that the Supernova egg isn't going to be too much of a concern at all. They were able to take the tier 1 tower off of that as well. They're happy enough to take the Ancients away from them, but feeling quite confident just yet to be able to go straight into Roche. A little surprising, I think, but just respecting the fact that this early on, the death timers are so low.
This is a worry because now you've caught the Phantom Lancer 3 times now with the Raw. So young PH 0-3 compared to the Jug who's 4-0-3. So naturally, I mean, you've already getting buffed up from the Empower, and now just because you haven't died, you've got this casual GPM kicking in. You're just farming up a storm considering your PL being dead for your X amount of time now after the 3 deaths, and you've got to be worried. Yes, PL's still farm, but Daya going to be able to deal with the Phantom Lancer before he gets the heart. They've got him power. Jug's going for this Mjolnir as the next item, and I'm really worried for Yangon here. This is not a game where Phoenix Supernova is guaranteed. It has to be picture perfect with how you position, because you're getting buffed up from the Beastmaster, you're getting buffed up from the Ogre, and Jug heavily deals with that. And even Mag's great. You've got Echo Saber. He's going to be hitting pretty fast eventually.
Yeah. woMy, he's found the Elder Titan. He's a core, so yeah, more than happy to use the Primal Roar from that. But next into the BKB, just to be able to tank up again from a lot of this damage coming out, and like you mentioned before as a possibility, now the Jug is going into that. Oh, that's a big kill. Courier. The Maelstrom into the Mjolnir. I think it's the perfect way to go for this, like you just mentioned. So many ways to provide attack speed right now on Army Genius's lineup that you have to be worried. What about this decision now to go into the Roche pit? I mean, they're all alive. You know they've got all of their ultimates available. At least wait until you've got your Maelstrom in your inventory. It's being delivered through you.
Fountain, which a matriarch will prize.
Lim, trying to catch up the puck. What do we feel like is a way that the ET can get back into this game? Because Zawrain, the net worth, KDA is not looking too good either. How can he have more impact as this game goes on?
I mean, he's got it queued up, that's how. The Acceptor, it just completely changes how an Elder Titan takes teamfights. Suddenly you're not afraid of anything except the RP. It feels like they've been needing to hold this Primal Roar for the PL to be able to catch him out, and once you don't have to worry about that too much, it's doing just fine.
Haste.
We're going to see skill they picked off down bot here. Mamang, Daya, and you going to be able to cut him down through the trees, so killing spree right now for Ewan. He's able to have a little bit more farm than what we saw last game when they went for the Willow, so just getting some nice items, especially once he gets that pipe. It is a lot of magic damage that Radiant are dishing out.
For sure.
See, there was a 2,000 net worth lead for Yangon, but after the past previous fights that Army Geniuses have been able to undertake, they've turned this lead in their favor and are now really the ones contending to take this game.
Yeah. Very important for Army Geniuses as well, like we mentioned before. Starting 2-0 in this lower division, and I think a series of 3 losses. So this would be a nice way to at least, bare minimum, secure themselves a spot in the lower division for the next season.
Yeah, it looks like that's what both teams playing for right now, just to try and secure themselves in the lower division for the next season. Pretty important, because you don't want to go through that open qualifiers. It's anything can happen through there. woMy, oh, he's gonna get found here, burnt out a mana, so this will be the time where young PH gonna be able to get a little bit of revenge. Lim's still coming over, but young PH instantly gets out of him, and they got the numbers, and they just burned through Earth Spirit.
Nicely done. Again, though, I feel like that was heavily on the PH, on young PH. That's didn't even actually end up getting either of those kills. Puck and the Phoenix. Could they look to take Roche away? Is that
I think they can, yeah.
Yeah, you've got
I like this, yep. And also he went Medallion as well.
Oh, questioning themselves, they're second guessing. I feel like if you have any opportunity to take around that Roche pit, you kind of have to.
Do you think that's the reason why he went Medallion, just for that opportunity to take away from Daya? Because it naturally Radiant, yes, Tusk is very good to take Roche, but their other heroes aren't too strong at doing so.
I mean, potentially, or you might just be wanting to get a solo pick up onto a lot of these heroes before they're able to get off their big ability. Juggernaut, yes, you've got the Manta style to stop from silences, but if you're snowballing him into a punch, into a Dream Coil mini stun, it's enough to be able to take him out. And their hesitation means that Army Geniuses, they're like, well, 23 minutes, we probably should have been gone for our second rush by this point, but we'll take the first.
Yeah, they'll take it with ease as well, as DB claims the Aegis, and now we wouldn't mind seeing them. How close to the items are they? Mjolnir very close for the Juggernaut. Anything else that they're waiting for? No, they're going to smoke up here. They want to wrap on top, it looks like, but they're going to run into 2 Radiant heroes, and they've got a nice ward positioning as well. They're out of there. Got to be careful on the PL. He actually doppelgang is in now. Now with the RP follow-up, they're going to be able to deal with the illusions. Phantom Lancer gets a little bit of protection, but Sunray, can they bring him down throughout the stun duration? They can. PL going to end up falling here. No extra help from Radiant. Okay. I was worried that Army Genius was going to the stage. I was surprised he doppelganger just directly on top of them.
And even just the roll after was really nicely done by Lim, able to catch out the Phoenix towards the end of the Sunray cast, yes, but it just meant that it discouraged any kind of follow-up that they were going. All that time as well, Juggernaut just farming away, was able to finish up his Mjolnir. He could probably move the Wraith Band into his inventory, as he does just now, and he hit up his level 18 as well, so he is incredibly scary in these team fights.
That's a big item though, the Aghanims on the Puck. Now your team fight, you've got a big spike now with your team fight, not having to worry about the Jug with the Blade Fury.
Has been killed.
That's a nice little snipe.
I mean, could that be the difference in being able to get off a Supernova or not? We shall see. Of course, would have definitely helped the Mag to try and deal with it, but you still got this Juggernaut to deal with.
He even went for the skill range as well at level 20. Interesting. Just a lot of mobility. Would you rather the skill range or the health this game?
I think the skill range is fine, just because the main person that's going to be dealing you damage is the PL, and
Sure.
once you've got your mana burned, you're probably not going to be taking all that much. Lon's here.
Oh, the dive. Oh, someone. Oh no. Oh, this is so interesting. I love seeing the Ag shot for the Beastmaster. We saw it on Monday, mid lane as well. DB just slashes down the ET there. Going from lane to lane, finding kill after kill. Puck's gonna be careful as well with the kick back. woMy just a little bit too late on the raw.
Should have used the dive bomb hawk.
God damn it. Gotta be quick. My main Daya's gotta be careful actually down bot. Gonna run to young PH. He's got a BKB, but now the core is gonna prevent any factor just being able to dip out. He's gonna see now that it's an Aghanim's coil. He's like, oh, why did I pop this BKB? It's completely useless.
That's some value. Give him some small chance. And is that? That he is. That was his first kill. Very nicely done, young PH. 700 gold going his way. And, yeah, getting close to that level 20. I mean, it isn't out of their reach. It is still very possible for Yangon to come back into this.
That was a interesting snowball, my good sir. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna go into the Juggernaut. Why not? Who's level 20 now, so it's got the Blade Fury DPS, can help also deal with the PL illusions, and building into the Aghanims as the next item here. So we're just continuously seeing Army Geniuses hitting item timings.
Again, this just comes back to my point that I feel like we've touched on a few times now. I like the fact that Army Genius has picked up this this Earth Spirit relatively early on into their draft. It means that skill A we've seen, he's very good on his Rubik, he's very good on his Earth Spirit. If you take one of those two heroes away, suddenly you've got a lot less to play around. And they've picked him this Tusk, which, again, either.
We are seeing how long they got on the Ages. Another 50 seconds, so DB pretty close to the Aghanims here. This Ancients, see if that's going to be enough for him or not. But got also some neutral items.
And
that's nice.
Action
Against
shot
PL.
is going to be real nice as well on the Juggernaut against the PL. Just to be able to spin right in the middle of the team fight, be slashing away, have your Mjolnir proccing. It's great. It is only once per second though, so it's not affected by your attack speed.
Any little extra buff you can get in the AoE to help deal with the illusions, so I think you definitely take.
Nice to be able to dish out a bit of AoE damage while you're trying to deal with the egg as well though.
Yep. Well, there we go. Finally, Zawrain, his got kind of the big item that he was looking for. The Ags picked up, so we'll hopefully see a little bit more impact from this ET, but
he needs something else. He needs level 15. He's really close to it. So I think he's in this mid lane is where he needs to be, soaking up this experience that's gone with his creep wave. They might have to play a little bit more carefully because the Aegis just expired on Army Geniuses. Oh, don't far forward, Zawrain. You just picked up your item. You don't have buyback.
Mamang dies, skewers him back. They get the silence as well. Look how fast he gets brought down. Not too much armor against this lineup. I mean, when you don't get an Astral out, it makes it pretty awkward. And well, he's down, like you said, doesn't have a buyback here. Daya, what do they want to do with this? Thinking about walking up the high ground, they go. They still got all their ultimates available. You got to be careful because Radiant, their team fight, pretty goddamn scary as well. But they don't have the ET. They need to slowly burn the mana on DB. That's a big factor if the PL can get the illusions going. Oh, skill. They find the Phoenix. Where's the extra stun lock? They're able to commit the roar as well. Phoenix down 45 seconds, but another pick off here. Army Geniuses just continuing the onslaught. They'll drop the Necro 3s, walking up the high ground. They don't want to relieve the pressure right now.
Nice micro as well from DB, made sure to keep that healing ward away from the PL for the majority of that fight. He ends up getting it towards the end, but it was basically done its duration anyway. Now that should be a tier 3 easily claimed. No. Save it on 50 HP.
Just keep it up. Do they double back here? Let's see what Daya want to do.
Daya's top tower is under attack.
Close it in on that 30-minute mark though, so we got bounties, outposts, Radiant. They need to do something. You got to get outside the base for the outposts here. They might be a bit too late, and they're underneath the ward, so this is going to be super obvious.
I mean, they're underneath the ward. They're also underneath the Hawk, which I'm surprised they haven't been able to de-ward. They had complete vision of that smoke coming through, and even though they had complete vision, they can just leave, right? They know that they're not going to get there in time to do it.
Smoke pops forwards. Instantly going to try and blink on forward. Remember, this is the Aghanim's Spoil, so Joe's going to be incredibly careful with the position. They're going to try and dive on forward and drop the Supernova, but instant with the counter blink on. They will be able to deal with the RP as well, giving the space to Phoenix. Supernova's going to end up popping over the Omni Slash as well, whipping down Puck. It's all up to young PH, but they found a real Phantom Lance to tear him apart. They do. Army Geniuses, they're not done just yet. Chasing down Skilly. He's hiding through a couple of trees left standing, but he will end up falling too. Man, just a vision game from Army Geniuses.
Vision,
Radiant's bottom tower
cohesive
is under
draft,
attack.
good spell usage, good item timings,
Radiant's bottom
good positioning,
tower
and
has fallen.
honestly a little lacking on Yangon's side, just to not take that around the same time. I mean, again,
Radiant's bottom
I mentioned it
tower
before with
is under
Zawrain.
attack.
Like, he lived through all of that, but he has not gained any experience in the past 3 minutes. So he's still not level 15. He still can't make maximum use out of this Ag Scepter.
And needs that extra buff up in the talent, and they're going to work here. They got the AC, they got Catapult Wave, Necro 3s,
Finally
Jugs
gets it,
fat
but
through the roof, and now, oh lord. Swift Slash crit him down. That's another death here in Yangon. It's all falling apart right now for the boys on Radiant. I mean, they're just going to continue losing. They might just get Megas here. Look how fast they siege. This is what happens. You highlighted this. I mean, you've got a lineup that if you win a fight, you just take an objective after objective. And Radiant now to defend this, they have Supernova. Hawk dropping the coil. Damage needs to come through for young PH. He's going to try and dish it out, but he's going to be careful because he has to actually retreat away. Radiant, they found the real Phantom Lancer once again. He's able to get the man drop. Now with the doppelganger. Young PH scurries away. Jug falling a little low, but they've caught out the real Phantom Lancer. woMy with the roll. Where's the forward? Lim's going to roll him forward. Finds a connection. Now secure. Is dragged back as well. Young PH, doppelganger in the nick of time, is able to get a little bit of health back from the heart, but they're still diving underneath the tier 4 tower. The axe is enough to be able to secure the kill. Skill lane's going to end up falling as well. 2 down from Yangon. They've got a couple of buybacks. Meanwhile, outside the base though, going to work. DB and Hall. They're solo 1v1. Who's going to end up winning it though? They're not done just yet. They want these Megas. They want him now. Cut him down. Take him out of the game here. Mag going to end up falling, but DB still the Juggernaut shredding them apart here. Crit after crit. Supernova's going to end up popping. They're able to deal with the Earth Spirit. Now back in they go. Daya. They're incredibly healthy. They're able to utilize this healing ward to their fullest advantage here, but maybe they're getting burnt down a little bit too long. Have they stayed their welcome? Core blinking on. Core's about to come back up as well. They are able to catch out the Jug, but where's the damage? The team's not there. Oh, it's pretty much just up to the Puck, the solo man out of all of Yangon, turning these fights on their head. They'll get the TP out, but man, that fight cost them heavily there. A lot of objective damage has been done.
That was a pretty long fight. Just have a quick look at the old fight recap, and yeah, like you said, it's very much Puck playing a lone hand. Of course, Phoenix helping out heavily with that Sun Ray, not just for the damage, for the healing as well. The Holy Locket able to sustain up the rest of the team, but again, you highlighted it sort of in game 1 where he was having a bit more of a difficult time. Zawrain, it feels like his impact is essentially non-existent this time around. You know, he's been picked off by a skewer, it feels like 3 times now, when he's been slightly out of position or just trying to get that one little extra thing before a team fight, whereas maybe things will change around a little bit when he's actually able to start right-clicking people with this Ags buff, but we're yet to see it. And now their 2 lanes are racked down plus a tier 3 tower, so good luck dealing with these creeps pushing in.
Double damage.
Okay, maybe they get Roche. Jugs up in 20. I mean, Daya got RP. There's a chance, but man, they're not taking it too far still with this.
You got to at least send the boars in for the vision.
Well, Jug's up in 5. This is taking a little bit too long.
Nice cutting off of the entranceway.
They just want kills. They know that's going to take a bit too long with Roche. Oh, got shocked up in the air from the punch. Lim's even going to try and jump in as well with Coral Drop. Pops himself with the BKB, but Lim's just taking a little bit too much damage here. Jug's able to rejoin him now. Look at the damage. The drop. He's going to be able to fall up as well with the attack speed. It's through the roof. Supernova has never been able to go off this game, and now with the RP 4 to 2. Army Geniuses! They also get the stun thanks to the Hawk, drop them down. Young PH, Doppelgangers on top of them here. They're able to find the real Phantom Lancer. They don't have buybacks here. They'll chase down Zawrain as well. The impact hasn't been there so far in the ET. They're trying to buy back to potentially hold this Roshan, but it's just PL and the POC Army Geniuses hold on until the Jug's alive and they turn that fight.
woMy's just found him over and over and over again. Lots of buybacks and spend.
They still it? No, POC has used everything now. How do you get out? Luckily he's got a buyback, but I mean the lanes are getting pushed in.
You have to.
Yeah, no doubt. That's looking like all she wrote.
Again.
I mean, Young PH just has no damage, and they heavily deal with them. And look at that. For me, Daya, he's got this talent. They fight Young PH once again. Doppel's on cooldown. He's got a Duke and Giant, but this Blade Fury damages through the roof. Once again, the Raw. They find the real Phantom Lancer, and that's it. Man, how many times are they going to find the real Phantom Lancer throughout the Raw? woMy on point this game with the ultimate usage. I'll try and delay as much as possible, but this is over. They drop it. Army Geniuses, they're going to take the series here. Beautiful performance from them and looking good.
They're tipping to be. He played a good game. I have to give it to woMy, right? Like, yes, they weren't able to get many towers out of the early game, but the fact that he was able to catch out PL that many times